Hi everyone, my name is George Theodorides. I live in New York City. I work as a case manager. I help people with mental health issues and drug addiction issues. Um, I've done a lot of tutoring in the past to help my clients pass the high school equivalency diploma, along with a GED. Um, I've had a lot of success with that, with a lot of my clients passing the test. Um, I want to get into special education because I would like to work with the younger grades. I've tutored older adults that I would say were kind of failed by the system. I have to teach them basic reading and writing and math. So I don't think that there's a reason that I think should get to that point. A lot of them dropped out at a young age, so they had to struggle and get by, and basically got stuck in the system. But I think with hard work, anything is possible. Um, in terms of disabilities, dealing with students with disabilities, I know that not a lot is expected of them. Um, that people think have this judgment that they can't work meaningful jobs and have personal and professional lives on their own. So I want to do my best to try and break those perceptions. So for supporting learning, I think that it will get difficult at times. I've tutored where it can be frustrating, um, teaching the basics, but I mean, I think you just have to be patient, um, provide all the supports you can, um, collaborate with different staff, um, all the way from the principal down to the teaching assistants. If extra services are needed, such as psychologists or counselors, then I will try to utilize that. As for improving planning and practice, I know that teaching is a craft and you have to keep working at it. I know I'm going to make mistakes as a first year teacher, but I have to learn from them. I know that things are always changing in education, from what is expected of the teachers, in terms of state policies and regulations. I will do my best to keep up with all of that while still keeping my students in mind. I don't want it to be all about standardized testing and just academics. I want to help them in every area where they may need help. I know I know it's more than just school. I know they have, their home lives, how they're getting by in the community. So I want to also work closely with the parents and see what else they may need at home or even in the community if they're having trouble with anything. Um, just do my best possible to give them whatever I possibly can. Social work is a very stressful job. You can't let it get to you. You have to find ways to de-stress. So I expect the same in teaching. Um, I think that is one of my best qualities is dedication because I will do everything I can for my clients, whatever they may need. Um, a lot of the times I have very difficult cases, um, but I still keep going at it. Giving them what I think what I'm told they need, and even personally giving whatever I have. Um, what I think I will have to work on is reflection, because, like I said, everything is changing. You know, um, so I'll have to keep up with all the latest advancements and just try my best to keep track of everything in social work. We have to take very meticulous notes, write down what we've done. I expect a lot of the same in teaching, and I want to keep everybody well informed of what is going on with the student, where they're struggling, uh, what can be done to help them in certain areas. From tutoring, I know that math is not a strong suit for a lot of students, so giving them extra support in that area. Um, with reading and writing, it tends to come a little easier. Um, I came to this country in middle school, um, and I learned, a lot of the language from just my exposure to media, watching the television, being on the computer. So I think they're like two different areas. I mean, you can't learn math on your own, but you can definitely advance in terms of reading and writing when you have access to different media platforms. Lastly, in terms of professionalism and ethics, I think it's a great task that a teacher has in educating a student, making them a meaningful member of society, and even more pressure is put on you when that student has disabilities. You know, I think, like I said, the biases of people thinking that they can't, you know, um, work a job on their own or live on their own. I think, we have to break through that barrier. Um, I have seen plenty of cases where, someone with a disability can find and keep work, can live on their own. So even if they need some extra supports to do so, then, like I have been doing, do my best to provide those supports. And I know that I won't be, uh, a social worker as a teacher, but I want to bring my experiences and all of that into teaching a little bit. So overall, why I really want to get into special education teaching is because of my background as a social worker, and my belief is that when you start learning things the right way when you're young, then eventually you'll advance to the point where you don't need as many supports later on. Um, I know that it will be difficult. I know that it will be challenging, especially as a first year student. I mean, as a first year teacher, I'm sorry. Um, Even my first few years. But I'm looking forward to it. Um, I think it will be fulfilling personally, uh, not only professionally. So I am looking to put all of my positive qualities to work in the field of special education. Um, I know that most elementary school teachers are women, um, but I think I can bring something different to the table as a man in in the special education setting. So I will try my hardest in school and professionally, and I wish all of you the best of luck too. Thank you. Bye.